Faso, Ibrahim Traore.
Please, Traore.
Mr. Traore.
Comrade, President Vladimir Putin. Comrade, President, African Head of State. Comrade, Head of Delegation. Hello. It is an honor for me this morning to speak here and to pass on the fraternal greetings from the people of the country of honest men. This is also the place for me. First of all, I want to give thanks to God Almighty, who has allowed us to gather here this morning in good health to talk about the future and the well-being of our peoples. I want to apologize to the elders I might offend with my upcoming words. African identity demands the rights of birth. I must apologize. Comrades, I have a few questions from my generation. No one is a question we ask, but we have no answers. And it turns out that here we can air our dirty laundry because we feel like family. We feel like family in the sense that Russia is also a family for Africa. It's a family because we share the same history. Russia made enormous sacrifices to free the world from Nazism during World War II. The African peoples, our grandfathers, were also forcibly deported to help Europe get rid of Nazism. We share the same history in the sense that we are the forgotten peoples of the world. Whether in history books, documentaries, or films, we tend to overlook the significant role that Russia and Africa played. Right now, we are here to talk about the future of our peoples, of what will happen tomorrow, of this free world we aspire to, a world without interference in our internal affairs. We have the same perspectives, and I hope this summit will be an opportunity. So, to be able to build very good relationships for a better future for our peoples. The questions that my generation is asking are the following. If I can sum it up, it's not understanding how Africa, with so many riches beneath our soil, with a generous nature, of water, with abundant sunshine, Africa is today the poorest continent. Africa is a hungry continent. And how is it that our heads of state are traveling the world begging? Here are some questions we are asking ourselves and for which we still have no answers. We have the opportunity to weave new relationships. And I hope that these relationships can be the best to provide a better future for our people. My generation also asked me to say that because of this poverty, they are forced to cross the ocean to try to reach Europe. They are dying in the ocean. But soon, they won't go across because they will come in front of our palaces to seek their daily bread. As for Burkina Faso, today we have been facing for more than 8 years, in the form of protest, the most barbaric, the most violent form of neocolonialism, of imperialism. Slavery still seeks to impose itself on us. Our ancestors taught us one thing well. The slave who is unable to take on their revolt does not deserve anyone to pity their fate. We do not seek pity for our fate. We do not ask anyone to pity our fate. The Burkinabe people have decided to fight against the hypocrisy that hinders their development. In this struggle, brave peoples, brave populations have committed themselves to take up arms against terrorism, what we have indeed called the VDP, the volunteers. We are surprised to see the imperialists label these VDP as militias and all sorts of things. It's disappointing, because in Europe, when people take up arms to defend their homeland, they are called patriots. Our grandfathers were deported to save Europe. It was not with their consent, against their will. Well, upon their return, we remember well that in Traore, when they wanted to claim their basic rights, they were massacred. It doesn't matter then. When we, the people, decide to defend ourselves, we are labeled as militias. But that's not the problem. What the problem is seeing African heads of state who bring nothing to these fighting peoples, but who sings the same tune as the imperialists, by calling us militias, by treating us as such, of men who do not respect human rights. What human rights are we talking about? We are outraged by this and it's shameful. We, as African heads of state, need to stop behaving like puppets that dance every time the imperialists pull the strings. Yesterday, President Vladimir Putin announced the shipment of grains to Africa. We are very happy. We thank him for that. But also it's a message sent to our African heads of state. Because at the next forum we won't have to come here without having ensured, for those who are not familiar with the war, the food self-sufficiency of our peoples, we need to learn from the experiences of those who have already achieved this in Africa, to build good relationships here and to forge better ties with the Russian Federation in order to meet the needs of our populations. I won't take too long. The time is limited and very short. We are forced to stop at some point, but I would like to conclude by saying that we must pay tribute to our peoples who are fighting. Glory to our peoples, dignity to our peoples, victory to our peoples. The homeland or death will conquer us. Thank you, comrades.
I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to you, Jean-Pierre, for your invaluable support and assistance. Your help has been truly appreciated, and I am sincerely thankful for everything you...
Yes, my people. You see, if there's one person that we need to respect at this moment, as Africa continent is concerned, is Ibrahim Traore, the new president of Burkina Faso. You see this young guy now, everybody, they give him his own respect. Because this na the guy, when they know the value of Africa, it not be like other president when we get for Africa. Because this na the guy, when they tell us now, see the kind potential when Africa gets. We dey get other military government, other military rule, other military president ever since. But why it can't be now, say Ibrahim Traore, you can't dey different. This na the person when he come into power through coup by the military junta. Even by the time when he take over power, we dey see say all the whole Africa Union, they dey against them. Say why they will come into power, say Africa, they don't want military rule again. If we say make we look at now, make we look the whole around, compare military rule and this civilian government when we dey see now. If we say make we use this Burkina Faso to compare, which one we go prefer? Because this young man now, when we know, when all of us dey glamour for, this young man now, see the way e dey come now, see the way e take now dey protect Africa. E dey make Africa name to grow. E dey make Africa proud. No be all this one wey we get, all this why, all these our old leaders, when they look up to the Western world, they sell us for their peanuts. They sell us to the Western world because of wetin they want gain. If we say make we look the whole round now, for this way when this guy they behave now, this Ibrahim Traore, the president of Burkina Faso, then you can't say make we look around this so-called democracy president. Which one you go prefer? Since when all this democracy, make we talk about our country, Nigeria, since when we get all this democracy president, wetin be the important thing when they go fit talk say yes, this na the important thing when they don achieve since when they dey rule. Since when they rule Nigeria, this na one of the important things when the civilian government as a democracy, this na one thing when they don't fit make sustainable for the citizen. This na one thing when they don't do when they go make the citizen go dey proud for them. Nothing like that. Because all wetin they know na for them to dey embezzle money, dey cause confusion here and there. Look at our country today now. Na from one problem to the other. From one problem, you go enter another one. Even since when this president enter now, we never get one day when you go be say yes, this na today when everything don good for our state. Person wey no see money take eat, now e don get money to eat. Now sef things come even worse pass. Okay, now tell me how person go come talk say yes im prefer civilian rule than the military. The civilians, all of them na their pocket na dem dey fight for. They no care for me and you, because you now if you think say whether maybe the civilians dem dey care for you or na your interest, na because of your interest na dem dey that power when dem dey so, na lie na you lie, my brother. Because this Ibrahim Traore, this na the person wey dey tell us now, yes, say without this western world Africa go move forward. Say without this western world Africa they go fit be great people again. Because if we say make we look at as of today, Africa na one of the richest country, but our leader they did not know how to utilize what we have. That is the problem we are facing. Instead of them to say, okay, now this thing wey they get, how they go take use am when e go take make their continent great, their own na to dey run to the western world. Especially now, if our president now im whole point of destination now na France, to go dey meet France, wetin dey go do there na only God know. This na the country when e impoverish Burkina Faso till where they dey today. So if not this young man when they talk now say make France make dem leave them alone, say make dem stand on their own. This na country when e be say they get independent, but the independent wey they get, the France people or the western world they no gree leave them alone. This na one of the bad thing. It is time now for Africa for them to wake up, because it is time to wake up now or never. Thanks for watching.